Here. 1850 is Fisherman's Wharf. The restaurant started down here about 1916. Look ahead to the right. The big gray ship out there is the the big ship out there is the Jeremiah O'Brien. It's a Liberty ship built during World War II to carry supplies. They used the engine room of the Jeremiah O'Brien in the movie Chinatown. In front of the Jeremiah O'Brien, between us and the Franciscan restaurant, on the other side of the Franciscan restaurant, is the USS Pompidito, a World War II submarine that you can tour over. On the right's Boudin Bakery. Look at the crowd watching the bakers at work. Ahead to the right, you're coming up on the other side of the fire engine. The seafood stands. Dungeness crab is the main commercial catch out of San Francisco Bay. We say any month with R in it, our crab are in season. Or you can get yourself a bowl of clam chowder and a sourdough bread bowl. When you're done, all you have left is us party boats. They'll take you out salmon fishing. We've had a very good salmon year. It's about over. The last boat in the row is out right now. Called the Wacky Jackie. Captain Jackie Douglas is 83 years old. She's a former model. The old Wacky Jackie was on Mythbusters a few months ago. Captain Douglas' daughter is my dentist. If you want to see the real Fisherman's Wharf, go down Alscoma Way. You'll see the real working fishing boats and the packers, etc. Pompey's Grotto on the right is a local favorite, locally owned. And ahead here to the left, the red brick buildings are the cannery, formerly Del Monte Beach Canning Factories, now restaurants, shops, Jack's Bar, City Museum of San Francisco, Mexican restaurant and a sushi bar, and the National Park are here. The tall ship out there is called the Valluta. Then there's a tugboat, and then the Eureka, the ferry that we'll see while we go through this intersection. The ferry on the right. Eureka was used in the Nash Bridges TV series as the headquarters of few of the seasons. On the right is the Powell High Street cable car turnaround. Take you up and over Russian Hill in front of us, over now to Union Square. You can get off at the Crooked Street or stay on board. And the green building today, and I'll talk about cable cars later. The green building on the right houses the Buena Vista Cafe. Buena Vista is the home of the Irish coffee. Irish coffee represents all four major food groups: alcohol, caffeine, sugar, and fat. It's landfill. It's about 30 feet thick, mostly garbage with earth from the surrounding sand dunes on top. Anytime you see water, anytime you see a flat area near water in San Francisco, in one form or another, about these neighborhoods, the wild parrots of Telegraph Hill. There are about 50 little green Ecuadorian parrots that live in the flowering gum trees to the left by the Marriott, a couple blocks to our right by Fort Mason, and a couple blocks left along Shoreman's Hall. They're little squawky things. You'll hear them before you see them. If you walk around these neighborhoods, look for the wild parrots of Telegraph Hill. Once you hear them, just be patient. You will see them. Very successful independent film about 9 years ago. Different venues through the week. If you've seen the Chris Isaak show on Showtime or HBO years ago, they said that they filmed, and Chris Isaak's famous entertainer lives there, they said they filmed the Chris Isaak show interior scenes and bimbos in the exterior scenes in San Francisco. Not true. They filmed the Chris Isaak show Vancouver, British Columbia, and called it San Francisco, as they do with many TV series. Is Lombard, the crooked street in the world. It turns 8 times in a block. When we go through the intersection, look up and right and back at Lombard, the crooked street in the world. Look up and right and back. People who live on the crooked street complain constantly of the city. They don't want to drink of water, want to use their bathrooms. The city says, well, why don't you move? And people say, oh no, we love it here. Built in the 1930s with murals inside by Diego Rivera, a Works Progress Administration project. They couldn't be married in the church because he'd been married before. And the park ahead on the left is Washington Square Park. 75% of the people who live here in North Beach are of Chinese descent. The most romantic restaurant here in North Beach, turn to the left, Cafe de Luigi. I consider Cafe de Luigi to be the most romantic restaurant in North Beach because they even have a table for one that faces a mirror. Stockton Street, to the right, 45 degrees, is the beginning of Chinatown. Stockton Street is local shopping in Chinatown. People shop frequently, they like fresh food. 90,000 people in Chinatown, 14 to 21 square blocks, depending on who you ask. If you ask me, I'm going to tell you it's 21 square blocks. Next intersection we're going to cross is Broadway. Broadway is the seat of our adult nightclubs. The most famous of the adult nightclubs over to our left here at the corner, Columbus and Broadway, the red brick building, the Condor. Carol Doda went topless at the Condor in 1964 and bottomless in 1969. First person in California to do so. There's even a state historical plaque on the wall of the Condor signifying those important events in California's history. And the plaque says the Condor, where it all began. Off to the right is Grant Street, and that's tourist shopping in Chinatown. Look up to the left and across the intersection where it says, if at first you don't succeed, call an airstrike. That's a stencil by Banksy, the famous English street artist. He's done over 24 stencils in San Francisco, many in the Mission District. We found 4 or 5 that were in Chinatown. And my wife was the world's foremost bank. First place to have paperbacks. Lawrence Ferlinghetti was one of the founders of the Beat Generation. He's in his mid-90s, and he can be found there sometimes. To the left, the bus stop is where Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock got on the bus in Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. And ahead here to the right, the 7-story green building is the Sentinel Building. It's owned by a movie director, Francis Ford Coppola. He has his offices there for his production company, Zoetrope Studios. Sentinel Building built in 1917. Now look ahead at the Transamerica Pyramid. Built in 1971, 753 feet and 48 floors. The top 212 feet are heating and air conditioning.